Is there anybody here? It's been on my bucket list, so I'm really excited to be here tonight.
All right, spirits of Prospect Place, can you maybe tell us your name?
I just heard Connor Biddle. Super clear.
We just are here tonight to communicate with you if you're willing to come out and talk. Are you following me from somewhere?
Yes. Why are you following Connor? You need to stop.
Hold on. Who's talking?
Hello, guys, and
Hello.
welcome to a new episode of Unturned Pages.
Hello. I had to stop the video for continuing to do the next one. But yeah, welcome to another week.
Jenny, I cannot wait till we get our new intro, so we don't
I
have
know.
Eric.
I'm so excited. Hopefully by the end of the month we will have a new one. Our friends at Expedition Entity, Larry, is making a new one. I'm super excited.
And bringing that up as well, like Expedition Entity is one of our sponsors, as well as Warner Paranormal Preservation Society and Warner Paranormal Explorers, as well as Canada Awakenings.
Yes, super excited to have our sponsors. We're always looking for more sponsors. Also new this week is we have a website with t-shirts and stuff. So if you want to go out and support Unturned Pages, I'll post the link in the chat. Feel free to check it out.
Also, I do have to say this is the first week that we are doing in cross promotion with some great people over at Get Haunted.
Get Haunted, yes. Super excited to be working with
Danny,
them.
Rob, Sarah, all of them over there at Get Haunted. Amazing people, love them to death. And, if you guys are watching, thank you for this opportunity.
Yes.
You guys are amazing, and thank you for giving us a chance. But all right, Jenny, so let's bring on our guests of the week.
Yes, Connor and India from Paranormal Encounters. Let's have them join us. Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Oh.
There you are. We're back.
In, out.
In, out. StreamYard has its own choices tonight, I guess, so we'll see how well this goes. So, India and Connor from Paranormal Encounters are our guests tonight. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
We're so excited that you guys are with us tonight. To start off, Connor, let's go with you first. How did you get into the paranormal field?
Well, I it's cliche to say, but I had an experience when I was a kid. And then throughout high school, my friends and I would go and explore abandoned places in this small town that we were going to high school in. And we would go in those places because we thought they were haunted. And I've always had an interest in the paranormal ever since I was little and throughout my teenage years. And I had an experience when I was a little kid, about 8 years old or so. I was growing up in an old Victorian house. And my brother and I shared a room, and we had like this. He was asleep one night, and my mom would leave the light on in the hallway, and I saw this like white tennis ball, like orb anomaly, come out of the closet and go underneath my brother's bed. And I never could understand that. And ever since then, I always had an interest in the paranormal.
Okay, how about you, India?
I got into the paranormal when I was very young because my mum saw a woman floating when she was about 12 years old. She went to a castle in England and she saw a ghost, basically. And I grew up hearing that story and hearing other stories from family members who had also seen ghosts. And I was just really intrigued by it. And then I got into like the shows when I was in middle school, and I would read like ghost story books, and it just went from there, really.
Now I do have to ask. I do have to ask, India. Your accent, like where do you hail from? Well, where's that accent from?
I'm originally from Stoke-on-Trent in England.
Okay, all right.
I was gonna say it sounds like an England accent.
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
I am from America.
Are you
As you
sure?
can tell from my
Are you
accent.
sure?
Yeah.
All right. So your show you guys do on YouTube, you self-produce, obviously.
Yeah.
So where, like, you know, the Paranormal Encounter show, I mean, you're on quite a few different streaming platforms and everything. So what kind of led you guys to this of going, hey, you know what, this is what we want to do. We want to put this on film and put it out there for everyone to see.
Well, the show actually started in 2012 when it's just me. I started it because I didn't believe this one person who was a YouTuber going to a place. And there's a huge story to this, but just a condensed down story. I went to this haunted school, a reportedly haunted school in Iowa called the Farrar.
I know it. Yep.
Yep.
For our schoolhouse.
For our schoolhouse. Yep. So I went there just simply to document all these people's experiences, you know, because I was into film, you know, I was just into like camera stuff and stuff like that, but I never actually had ever produced anything. So I went there and filmed all of these interviews, and I went there and I was there for like 2 days, and I was skeptical. I caught some really strange stuff, so much so that it scared this camera guy I was with. He's a straight up huge Christian, nothing against Christians, but you know, like they frown upon basically the paranormal and stuff like that, at least from the ones I've encountered. And since he was so scared about some of our experiences, he didn't want to continue it, but his brother did. And then so him and I continued to do the show for at least 4 more episodes. And then I moved to Las Vegas and did about 3 or 4 more of those. And then I stopped doing the show because I was actually filming 2 pilots for Discovery Channel back in 2017. Those shows never made it to anything on broadcast. They were just just pilots, 2 pilots that just never went anywhere. And then Indy and I met online. And in 2019, we decided to start the show back up. We weren't really planning, honestly, to just keep continuing on as like multiple episodes. We went to a place called the Octagon Mansion and then had a really crazy experience and then decided to continue on as a series. So it's had about 11-year lifespan so far.
Fantastic. Yeah, you know what? And that's the big thing about it is, though, too, is, you know, those pilots that you say you're going to film for, you know, sometimes they pick up, sometimes they don't. It's just like, but it's one of those things you never know what could happen unless you do it.
Yeah, I got hired from a distribution company to do it, so they actually paid money to do it. We filmed two pilots. The show was called Into the Unknown. It was basically a scientific paranormal show where we would go out and try to explore ideologies in the paranormal, like, for example, like witchcraft and parallel universes and those type of things, and then figure out how to combine them into a paranormal show. And it would involve a lot more money than what we obviously were given at that point. So never came into fruition what my vision was. But that is why I stopped doing Paranormal Encounters, just because I was in connections with a distribution company from New York back then.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'll ask you this. So over the 11 years that you've done the show, and as well as you, India, what each of you, what are the top 3 locations you've investigated? That you those experiences that you would go back to get another taste again?
Well, we just went to one just recently. Top three
for each of you separately.
Well, I would say for sure, I think India and I would both agree on this one. It's just a family's home. We filmed in South Carolina. I feel like there's unfinished business with as far as our investigations there. But that one, unfortunately, probably won't continue on. But there's one place for sure I'd want to go back to. That was our 2nd episode, her and I ever done. What about you?
Definitely the Holy Cross Abbey Boys Dormitory.
Oh,
that
yeah,
we did
sure.
in Canyon City, Colorado, because we both saw a ghost, and it's the only time in my life I've ever seen a ghost. So that's the top one. Where else have we been?
I mean, we've been to Whispers with that girl screaming. We've been there 3 times.
Yeah, we've been there 3 times. So
I mean, I would love to get that.
Which location?
It was a good one.
What's up?
What location was that?
Whispers Estate, Mitchell, Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, we our first experience there, we caught a girl screaming on audio for about 40 seconds. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, the story is the little girl named Rachel perished in a Christmas tree fire, because back then the Christmas trees lit up with candles, burning candles, not Christmas lights. So she got caught in that and basically perished. Legend and lore from her father, really, her adopted father. Anyway, we were there and we were trying to talk to this guy in this bathroom who supposedly slipped, fell, broke his neck, and was laid there for weeks, never was found. We were trying to communicate with him, but Indy and I actually captured a girl screaming. And I actually wrote a book about that, and that audio is in that book too.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Baby. Hold on a second. What baby?
Hi,
Everyone
Richard.
can.
Hey.
You want me to pop in? Can you say hi? Hi. Okay. Go. Bye. So, going into these haunted locations, how do you guys protect yourselves? Because I know, Connor, you were just dealing with a attachment from a brothel, I believe.
I think so. I think so. A haunted brothel, by the
I
way.
think whatever we've been doing isn't working.
We don't really protect ourselves, to be honest with you. I think, like, in my own personal beliefs, I think it's more of just how your mindset is, and your intentions. I mean, obviously, sure, there are things that can follow you, but I want something to follow me so I can understand it more, because in order for you to understand the paranormal more, you got to have these kind of experiences. You got to put yourself in these situations, especially the Ouija board, right? Or the Ouija board.
Oh, yeah.
If you never play with it, you never touch it, you're so scared of it because you hear everyone's legend and lore about it, you're never going to ever expand farther in the paranormal. So you have to put yourself in situations that are others deemed dangerous, but you need to learn more from them. And I think that's why we don't do projections. At least for me, I just don't believe in it. Even doing prayers in it, I don't believe in it. I think it's like goes along with the law of attraction. Like what you think about is what you're going to attract. Like if you think negatively about a situation, like for example, the Moreau house, people say there's demons there. You go there thinking that way, you're going to think you're having that kind of experience, and you're going to psychologically affect yourself thinking that way. And I think that's the same way with me with my predictions about going to places. I just tell spirits, please don't follow me home when I leave. That's really it. Not like it's going to stop anything supernatural, but that's just my own personal beliefs.
Okay.
Well, it's also the same with religion. It only goes as far as you believe in it.
Yeah.
That's myself. I wear any investigation I go on. I wear a Saint Benedict and a Saint Michael pendant because I do every investigation prior to going into. I do the Saint Michael prayer, just for protection for myself, because I have been through an attachment before that really don't want to go through again.
No.
So, it's one of those things I like in my 26 years of investigating. I've really come to realize that, protection is what is best for investigators out there. But like I just said, it only goes as far as you believe in it.
Yeah, definitely. So, Connor, you've written 2 books.
Three.
What's that? 3. Okay, 3.
Yeah, 3 books.
Amazon did not show me the 3rd one then.
Well, that's Amazon. The 3rd one called The Walls That Scream.
Oh, there it is. I had to so what got you to write the first book?
Honestly, I had a lot of bent up emotion about stuff in the paranormal. I've always kept quiet about stuff, and when I was talking about a minute ago about those pilots, I got screwed over from someone who was a partner with those, and I had some frustrations. I had to write about my experiences, about my journey with the paranormal, as well as write about that chapter to basically therapeutically let it go. Because I started that, I created it, and then it got stolen from me. So I basically wrote about that in a section of that book. But also, too, I wanted to write about my thoughts and my experiences, since I've actually seen 2 ghosts in my life. And the one I saw with India is my 2nd ghost I've seen, and that was almost 10 years to the date. So I had to write about all that stuff before I got to the age where I wouldn't remember some of those experiences.
Definitely. So is the 2nd one kind of just keep going from that feeling of having to express yourself, or does the 2nd book come with a different kind of theme?
Well, good question. The first one actually is about 10 different stories. Basically, it's about the stories from the first book goes from the 1960s about my family's hauntings, why I experienced something, and then all the way up to the current day when I met India. The 2nd book is the 2nd episode India and I ever filmed at a family home in South Carolina. and I talk about some of the stuff we didn't show or on camera, and my feelings and things I was experiencing there that we didn't show, those type of things. The second book. The third book, The Walls That Scream, is about Whispers of the State and more in depth, basically stuff off behind camera that people don't know about it.
So for people who don't know what Whispers Estate is, can you give us like a brief history of that location and like the paranormal claims?
Yeah, I mean, Whispers Estate, I can't remember exactly what this house was.
It was a doctor's office.
It was a doctor's office by Dr. John Gibbons is what it was in the early 1900s. And what happened is he was the doctor of Mitchell, Indiana. And there's several stories about him where he is not, he's like, he basically would take people in his home and have his own office in there. And basically, the legend and lore, there's this girl named Rachel, which is what everyone goes there to try to communicate with. Legend and lore, because there's no documented proof about this happening. So basically what happened is supposedly her family, including her brother, got in a horse carriage accident out front of the house. Her family and her brother perished, except for her. And basically they were buried out back. Rachel was adopted by Dr. John Gibbons and his wife, Jessie, brought in the house. Before a few days before Christmas, Rachel snuck downstairs to look into some presents, I guess. Back then, Christmas lights they didn't exist. So people used burning candles for lights. So basically, legend and lore, she got stuck in those, the Christmas tree fell and pinned her to the wall. She basically suffered burns. Her father took her upstairs to her bedroom, gave her a lethal dose of morphine, and then that's how she died. Is basically that legend and lore of Whispers Estate.
That would have to be one of the worst ways to die. I think.
I know, right?
Like right by drowning or burning. Like that has to be. But I mean, from your story, he did give a lethal dose of morphine, so that kind of probably like numbed it a bit for her.
Yeah, but basically what happened was he was just basically what we were told is he's more so embarrassed to have Rachel for his reputation around that city. So that's basically why he basically gave her a mercy killing, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And that's how he died. It wasn't anything that, oh yeah, this is for your pain. It was because he didn't want to be embarrassed by her.
But that's just
all legend and lore, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a question in the chat room. What is the most active place you've encountered thus far?
Since we did the show, or like this season?
Ever.
Oh boy. I mean, there's several places, but Whispers Estate, our first visit was the most active place we ever been. Was our first visit at Whispers Estate. But then again, we went there twice thereafter and never really experienced anything significant as much as the first experience. I mean, Whispers is on my top list of the most active places we ever experienced, just because we caught that girl screaming on audio for like 40 seconds at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. What about you?
I don't know. It changes like all the time, I guess. Like it just, everywhere we go, it's just different stuff.
Yeah.
But I think lately places have been more active because whoever's been following Connor just won't leave him alone. And so everywhere we go, it's like we get activity, but it's not really related to the location. More related to.
It's more related to Connor.
I'm the experiment. Yes.
All right. So the trailer we showed opening up the show. With Prospect Place. Prospect Place is a very near and dear place to my heart because I'm originally from Ohio, and I've done. Actually, that picture right there kind of says it all. We did a when you investigate, do you ever do trigger scenarios?
Put it in the pile over there. Over here.
Yeah, we do sometimes. Like when we did the Bell Mansion, I was pretending to like operate on Connor's body. Like, and I was like trying to like get like, hey, can anybody help me out here? Like,
I played a good dead body.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that. It depends on the situation, I guess. We do a role play like that.
Now, see, the only reason I bring that up is because Prospect Place, it was actually one of the most impacting experiences I actually had. My team and I went down there and investigated. And of course, as you know, of the legend of it, you know, they rose up, took the bounty hunter into the barn and hung them. So guess who was the lucky person to be the bounty hunter in the role play?
Well,
So of course I was the only one that was comfortable with being hood over the head and hands tied behind the back and led out to the barn. We went full course. We went complete lantern. We went like kerosene lanterns, everything like that.
wow.
No flashlights, nothing. And when we were there, they actually had a rope tied around my. It was like twine, not necessarily rope. Tied around my neck, and they tied it to a rock and threw it up on the top of the barn. Because, as you know, you can't access the second floor of the barn because it's unsafe unless they've repaired it since then.
No.
Okay. So I'm standing there and I'm just like listening to everyone, and they're yelling things and they're trying to make it as real as possible. And out of nowhere, everybody just stops talking. And I just get this very uneasy feeling. And I'm like, all right, cut the rope, get me out. Because I'm not going to take off running and have a rock smack me in the back of the head from the end of the rope. I'm like, I made sure my one teammate had a knife on him to cut the rope. And in the video, you actually see, because there was like a little bit of a loop in the rope. And you actually see the rope start pulling up.
Oh, wow.
And when we went back and listened to the audio, you can hear 3 or 4 women in the background singing what sounded like slave songs.
Oh, wow.
Clear as day on the audio. So I was just like, after I got home that next day, I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be doing that again. Like, that kind of,
yeah.
But Prospect Place is an amazing location. You know, they have the infamous upstairs where it has the inverted cross and everything like that. But I never really got a lot of activity up there except for bats.
Oh yeah, there was a bat. Yeah, we caught a bat.
We didn't realize it was a bat until we went back and looked at this.
Yeah.
Well, I know, like, when I went to Fairfield, they're, like, talking about bats, and then all of a sudden at night when it got dark out, we were all running, like, trying to dodge them because they were coming right for our heads. I'm like, I don't do bats anymore. After Fairfield Infirmary, I do not do bats anymore. Because they like to go right for the head.
They sure do. Dexter.
Bats are just misunderstood.
We're getting attacked by a bat right now.
The puppy?
Yeah.
He bought his bat toy for you.
Yeah, he actually brought his bat toy to show you.
Thank you.
You knew what we were talking about.
Oh, look, yep, there's a bat toy.
But your bat. Good boy.
He knew what we were talking about.
He actually uses buttons to talk. We taught him how to talk using those.
Yeah, which is funny because we think it was Connor's attachment that pressed one of those buttons the other night. So we don't think we've gotten rid of it yet.
Uh-oh.
Dexter has a button that he presses and it says, "I love you." And we were all in the bedroom. Dexter was on the bed next to me. And we hear the button press, but it just says "I," and then it stops, which is so weird because it's never done that before.
You can't do that either because it has to complete the sentence.
Yeah.
Connor, I'll get with you and Jenny after the show, and we can take care of this for you.
I mean, I don't mind it. To be honest with you, I don't. I'll be
as
honest.
As long as you can control it and you don't mind it, that's one thing. But
yeah, I mean, I'm seriously enjoying it. I'm not.
Yeah. I think you're the first person I have ever heard in my years of energy work to go, yeah, I'm fine with an attachment.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
I mean, it's just like what I said a few minutes ago, right? Like, so, like, what is the point in being part of the paranormal if I'm just going to be, and I'm not saying this in a mean way to anybody by any means. If I'm superstitious about all of the stuff, like, what's the point in being involved in it? If I'm just going to keep keeping my boundaries and stuff, like, I'll literally gladly invite as much poltergeist crap to happen in this house as it wants. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, think about it this way.
India's like, no, thank you.
Think about it this way: if I had cameras in my house and I had TVs and crap flying around, like, yeah, people would fake that stuff.
You would be scared.
It would be scary, but it would actually be really cool. Like, I mean,
Okay, everybody, stay tuned. We're doing a new paranormal activity.
Oh my god!
Connor in India's apartment. All right.
Uncut, yeah, we've had stuff in our apartments before, or whatever. Like, I mean, honestly,
Just
like I said,
watching- I could just see it now.
Honestly, I don't mind it. It's not. It doesn't bother me in any way. I don't have nightmares. I don't feel like it's negative or whatever. I'm just trying. In the episode of Prospect Place, I have literally been trying. And there's an episode we don't having aired that happened before Prospect Place. We went back to Whispers Estate. I'm not. I don't know if that one's like a rated R episode, but basically, I'm just trying to figure out what or like who it is. And then India in the Estes sessions told me that she, as the ghost, obviously not India saying it, said that they wish they could tell me, which sparks my curiosity to a whole new level. I'm like, why would they wish they could tell me when they could tell me right then and there?
Yeah.
So like it makes me curious. So I want to keep going to see what's going on or what this is about.
So, like I said
What's
before,
another book?
Yeah, that's a whole different book there. So there's your fourth book, Connor.
Yeah, I know, right?
In your recent episodes, you've been using an app that kind of like shows you a picture.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an off-list, but it shows you a picture along with the word.
Yeah.
Can you tell the viewers about it? Because I kind of want to know more about it too. So
it's pretty freaking cool. It's called GhostTube Seer, or in other words, there's another version of how to use it. It's called Lens, Seer Lens. What it is just basically artificial intelligence. And what that does is it takes it's like kind of like the Ovilus, but instead of words, it takes that information, sends it to two different servers, and then an artificial intelligence uses those words and those information to interpret what it thinks the word is talking about. So basically, it goes to the I don't even know the word, the technical word, the waves in the sky. It comes back down, and somehow a spirit can manipulate it and show you something. So, for example, it could say a boy, and then it could draw like some kind of boy in a scenario, or just a boy, or whatever. You know, I mean, what it thinks is talking about. It's really cool. We're very skeptical about it. Our friends made it. Amy and Jared from Amy's Crypt Paranormal YouTube channel. Basically, we got a first sneak peek of it back a couple months before it came out. We tried it out. My first ever experience with it. India was doing something. I just turned it on, didn't say a word, sat it on my desk. I had a watch sitting next to it, and it literally drew a watch. Heck of a coincidence, because every image that comes through in Seer is unique. So now no one in the world will ever get the exact same image. Everything is drawn in real time, which makes it really cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying it out right now. Hold on, I downloaded it. I want to see if it works at my haunted house. Hold on.
Yeah, and so we were very skeptical about it. You know, we had some good, cool little responses from it, but then we never really got something really significant with it until we went to a woman's house, who we filmed this episode where her husband has literally been texting her, and he's been dead for 16 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it's not just once. It's like 4 or 5 different text messages throughout this year. Earlier this year, he was doing this. And so he passed away in the house. We took GhostTube Lens. We brought her involved in the entire investigation. We went down to this basement floor where he was found dead. We never said any word. During our interview, she had talked about a cardinal attacking the window and having some kind of experiences with dragonflies. Signs that she feels were signs from him beyond the grave. Mm-hmm. We went down into the basement, did a lens session. India and her were asking questions. And then I got a picture of a cardinal get drawn on lens.
Oh, wow.
Which, how is that possible? Because, you know, you can sit there with Seer and it'll literally never draw anything for a while. Like, it just won't draw anything, or it'll be stuff that's not relevant. It could be just false positives. But a cardinal, like, and I just mentioned every image is unique. So no one in the world will ever get the exact same image. So to get a cardinal, a full-blown, full image of a cardinal with nothing in the background of it is just crazy.
Yeah, definitely. That's crazy. Yeah. That I definitely will have to try it out because that seems interesting.
Well, I'm sure when I come to Minnesota next month, you're definitely gonna have that on hand to try out. So,
oh yeah.
but so what's coming up for you guys now? Like what's next for you? I know you just did the Prospect Place investigation. You know, what do you have lined up? Unless you can't say because it's hush hush.
We don't ever say where we're going. I don't like doing that.
It's a lot of lesser known locations.
There's we have a calendar right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 places we're doing now from here on out that have never been really shown at any place that is known to be haunted, that hasn't really had anybody go to, so it's not overly done.
Okay, so let me give you one suggestion since you guys are in Ohio.
Yes.
Reach out to the owner of House of Wills in Cleveland, Ohio.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one's not opening up right now for paranormal investigations until they rehab it for a minute. So,
is it finally going through a rehab?
Yeah, it's going through a rehab right now. So they're not wanting to do paranormal investigations until it goes through a complete rehab of the location. So we don't know when we'll go there or if we'll go there. But I've already reached out and spoke with the owner of the location.
Fantastic location. I was in there probably a dozen times, investigated that place. And I mean, not the greatest area, but the activity in that building is absolutely off the charts.
Yeah.
If you ever make it up to Wisconsin, it's right on the Wisconsin-Illinois border. It's called Broadhead Manor. It's a newer location in the paranormal field. It's super active. The owners are amazing. They're now family to me. But Broadhead was an old school, and let's just say the activity takes it to a whole new level.
All right. Well, definitely checking that place out.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's a newer location to the paranormal field. Not many people have been to it. Hasn't been on any of the TV shows or really any paranormal videos except for like 1 or 2. So,
Connor, Dexter's over there looking at you like, "Come on, Dad, give me attention." Like,
yeah,
like he wants to go potty out.
There
it is. There's that look.
that look. He's like, come on, Dad.
Yeah, come on. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he knows. It's either I have to pay him and COOKIES or take him out. But about to have to go pay him and his brother down below. His brother's down below.
He knows it's time. He doesn't let anybody forget, and he knows every night he gets a treat, and he presses his "I love you" button to get a treat. And if we run out of treats, he is not happy.
No, don't run out of treats.
No,
please do not let Dexter become Dexter. Like, because
he already is. That's why you got his name.
That's why we named him. We named him because he's kind of like a serial killer in dog form.
So when we first got him,
that's comforting.
When we first got him, he destroyed 11 toys in a day and a half. We had to buy some really tough toys.
Well, at least he didn't ditch him in the middle of the ocean. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
he ripped the stuffing out of him, I feel. But
I feel like that's with all puppies, though. So.
I mean, don't let him fool you. You see these little big ears? They're horns.
He's a good boy.
Yep.
He's
all right. So we'll get into this now. So we got about 25 minutes left.
Oh boy.
We'll get into this now, and this is a question for each of you separately.
Okay.
Because India, you sat over there and has not talked much.
Yeah, I'll shut up. I'm just a camera.
You're kind of a silent partner in the background. Like, all right. So if you could travel anywhere in the world, no expenses have to be worried about, where would your top 5 paranormal destinations be?
Definitely the Edinburgh Vaults. I would love to go there.
Yep.
Wait, top 5?
Yeah, top 5.
Oh God.
The Dracula's Castle in Romania. What is that island called?
Pavelia.
Pavelia, yeah. I don't know where exactly, but I would love to go somewhere in Japan just to see the hauntings around that area. That's always really
You want
intriguing.
you want to go to Suicide Forest?
No, because I think those people should be left to rest, but I do think that there are a ton of locations out there that I've never heard of, and the community as a whole has probably never heard of, and I would love to be able to experience that.
All right,
And
so
then
we'll
also,
include Japan as one area.
yeah,
Mhm.
Island of the Dolls.
Well, that wasn't that. Isn't that Bolivia?
No.
No, Island of the
Nope.
Dolls is in
Mexico.
Mexico.
Sorry, we're back.
Yeah.
All right, now you finished your answer, and Connor just ran away. Okay.
So
Where
okay,
are you going?
until Connor gets back,
No, it's
Um,
fine.
India, I know you do a lot of the SS method on the shows. For people who don't know what the SS method is, can you tell our viewers a little about how it works and what happens during that type of session?
Yeah, so the Estes method is basically where I put on headphones. I'm listening to a spirit box. I used to listen to a PSP7, but recently I've switched to one of the hacked Jensen radios that's been turned into a spirit box because Jeff Fent kindly gave me one, and it's been working really well. So basically, I can't hear anything but what I'm hearing through the spirit box. Connor will ask questions, and then I'll just say what I'm hearing, and then obviously, I don't know if I've had a conversation with him or not till we watch it back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've developed quite maybe like a talent for it, I guess. Like, it's just like the thing I feel like I do best in the paranormal.
That's me.
Yeah, some people are really good at EVPs, and I'm really not good at getting EVPs. But the Estes method is definitely my method that I just love doing.
Do you
I think with the
feel-
Estes method, you take away one sense, the other sense is heightened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, you take away your sight, and then all of a sudden, hey, your hearing, your smell, your
enhanced,
taste,
yep.
everything becomes more enhanced, so you can hear more coming through the spirit box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you go into like a trance while doing the spirit box session?
Not so much a trance, but sometimes I get to the point where I've been doing it so long that I start feeling a bit like nauseous or sick, or just like the room is spinning, so I have to stop.
Yeah.
But I can probably do it for around about an hour, and then it starts getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Do you remember what you say during that time, or do you kind of like?
Yeah, if it's really significant, I remember it. But sometimes I'll watch videos back, and I'll be like, I don't have any recollection of that.
Yeah.
But I do so many Estes methods that sometimes it's like I don't remember if I said this at this location or if I said it yesterday.
Yeah. Because when I do investigations, I usually do the SS method, and people know when I go with them that that's my thing. Like, they'll sit me down and be like, okay, go do your thing, go do your SS method. We'll be out here asking questions. But with me, like, I go into like because I'm like psychic medium as well. So I go into like a trance. Like, the spirit box is still going, but I really don't even hear the spirit box when I do it. It's more of like what I'm being said via psychically. And I don't even remember anything I say. And I've had people say that I change voices, my whole facial expression changes and everything when I do mine. So,
oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And I know you guys do the lucid technique as well from ACG Paranormal.
Yeah, we recently started doing that. My friend Patience very kindly gave me a pair of the headphones, and it's
interesting.
It's definitely interesting. But again, if I listen to that too long, I can start feeling a bit queasy. So I have to just limit my time doing those methods.
All right,
Okay.
so Connor's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're completely fine.
I had to feed them their bribe, so they leave me alone.
Well, I mean, if you don't feed them, they're gonna start biting at your ankles. So I mean,
So 5 locations, Connor.
Oh boy. Okay.
Anywhere in the world.
All right. How do I say this? The Paris catacombs.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I should have said that one.
Yeah. See, boom.
But like the off limits part, not like the touristy part.
Yeah.
You have-
You have to go past
okay, I'll
Yeah,
say this as a little intro to it. There is all access, no restrictions.
Paris
Yeah.
catacombs. That's how I want to die.
Yeah.
That's how I want to die. Take my skull, put it in the wall.
Oh my god.
With that one spot, I don't know where this is, so I could be completely wrong, but I know it's overseas. It's some forest where in the middle nothing grows.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Yep.
I know where you're talking about too. I just can't think of the name.
I can't think of what it is, but
No, it's called
nothing
Central
grows.
Let's see here.
All right, so you're on 2.
If you're a conspiracy theorist, the secret underground bunker thingy underneath Denver, Colorado airport.
Oh yes.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm throwing all these ones at all of you are like, well, I thought you would just set it a jail or something. I'm just winging these all out. The White House, yeah,
That's a good one.
like the White House. Where else do I want? Where do I want to go? I don't know, some creepy forest.
You have to go to England.
Huh? I want to go to
England?
I want to go to some forest where there's like really scary, messed up stuff, like man-eater stuff in there. I want to go in there somewhere.
Just travel about an hour and a half south of you and go to West Virginia. You'll be good.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's 5, right? Or was that 4?
That's 5. That's 5. You hit 5.
Yeah.
See, you know what? I always get hell over, my answers because, I'm more of a historical person than I am. I do enjoy the paranormal side of things, but I enjoy the history of things.
Yeah.
So like my list, I would have like Chernobyl.
Oh, shoot. That was on my list. I thought of it. I ran away. Damn. I forgot about it.
I would have Auschwitz.
Okay. Oh, damn. All
See,
right.
I want to do that because it's such a traumatic place. Like I want to go.
I would just want to go to experience the history of it.
Like I want to experience the history. I don't want to do the paranormal there because it's such a.
Well, you can do the paranormal
area
there, but you have to be respectful.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the reason. It's a lot of the things that these people don't realize is like when you're doing an investigation, these people were once living. So you're talking to them like we would be sitting here talking to you right now. You're not going to sit there and be like, circus monkey, jump for me right now. Like, it's not going to be one of those things. It's more of the historical aspect of it. And, I would want to go and visit Pearl Harbor.
Okay, yeah.
Because, being a veteran, I that kind of holds a near and dear place to my heart. Some of these places that people don't think about, and it's not even just for the paranormal aspect of things. It's for the historical aspect because as investigators all we are is we're there to tell our stories. We're there to continue their stories, and without us we can't make their story carry on.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's why you guys do the shows you do, and that's why you guys film and you guys are continuing to try to bring that story to light and tell their story.
Yeah, I've always had the same where we've got to capture everything on camera because it's just about the experiences. I think so many people have been caught up in wanting to prove the afterlife or any sort of matter of that I think we sort of forget like what we really wanted being involved in the paranormal for was like to help people feel better about what they're experiencing, or more so just to experience the incredible unknown that happens all the time at places like this.
You know what? And I think that kind of happens with everybody. You kind of lose your way along the path, and then you remember where you came from and what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
And you reel yourself back in, and you realize like, okay, this is what I'm doing it for. Because we are, like I always like to say, we are the paper. And these spirits are the pen, and they're writing their stories, and we're the ones telling it.
Yeah, definitely. And like Russ is saying, without history, you don't have the paranormal. So you have to experience that history to get that interaction with the other side.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know you.
We're going to get into my final question now.
Wait a second.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
I know you guys were at Wildwood Sanatorium not that long ago.
Yeah.
Russ and I will be going there next year. What are your tips or suggestions for anyone going into Wildwood Sanatorium? And for people who don't know what Wildwood Sanatorium is, can you tell us a little history?
I'll keep my mouth shut because I'm just a cameraman, so I'll tell India. It's an inside joke, but I keep saying that.
So, Wildwood was a place where they took in tuberculosis patients, and it was also, what was it? It was a few things through the years.
Wasn't it a poor farm?
Say that again?
Was it a poor farm? Like, where, like, county, like, people who were dropped off by families or whatnot?
Invalids.
I don't know if it was or not. I
don't
don't
think
recall
so.
them saying that. It was, they were definitely into like natural healing, and there was they had like what is it, hydrotherapy. They had a hydrotherapy center.
They were
in the
natural healing is what they believed in.
Yeah, where people could like
kind of like
come and
Waverly
go
Hills
and-
felt, you know.
Yeah.
They believed you sit out in sunlight and all this other stuff like that, and you get healed from tuberculosis and stuff. It was more natural healing, and then I think people lived in that place in some people's homes, and that's really that's really what it was. Dexter keeps bugging.
He just wants to be on camera.
You have to be shown.
Yeah, he
Show
does.
dog.
He loves being on camera when we do podcasts.
It's not Thanksgiving yet.
But I would tip.
Well,
would
Connor,
be,
I think you have your cameraman replaced. He can be the cameraman. You can be in front of the camera now.
Strap a GoPro onto him, and I'll just quit. Whatever.
Connor always says he wants the dogs to come on an investigation.
Yeah, Scrappy and Scooby down there.
That'd
You
be
can
great.
do it.
It's actually happened before.
They're not well behaved enough. I would be too scared they would like pee on something or break something. But, my tip for Wildwood would be if you have a paranormal music box, use it in the basement, because I'd never seen that thing work. We used it in that basement, and it was to the point where I thought Connor was making it go off. So I didn't believe that it was going off by itself. So I restarted it, and I said, all right, if you're actually a ghost, prove me wrong and make it go off. And what did it do? It went off. Like, it was answering questions with it, and it was so weird.
Anything that triggers motion or cat balls, I would. This dog.
That's the dog.
Take this dog as a trigger object.
Kind of looks like Boo Buddy.
He should be Boo Buddy.
I would say anything like she's saying, music box, cat balls. Leave the camera rolling though, and forget about it, and leave something on it. Like, because we slept there, and we had cat balls going off like throughout the night. And we also heard noises, but basement for sure. There's something weird about the basement because they actually would take people down there for treatment. So the basement for sure would be a place to check out.
Russ, you'll be sleeping in the basement.
Have fun.
Have
I'm
fun.
fine with that.
There's an embalming table down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. I'll just take a sleeping bag and post right up on it.
There you go.
Yeah, we're super excited. We're gonna hit up Briarwood. We're gonna hit up Hinsdale, and probably a couple other locations while we're out that way. But
And then on the way to Gettysburg.
on the way to Gettysburg we go.
Oh, bang. It's going to be a good road trip.
Yeah,
You
won
guys
the
need to look
investigation.
into it next year. Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. They do it every July or early August.
Yeah.
And it is a charity event. I'm sure you've heard of it. This is going to be now the 8th year.
Yeah, we were meaning to go to it this year, but we had scheduling conflicts, so we couldn't make it, unfortunately.
Well, you know what?
Well,
As soon as we find the dates out, I'll let you know what they are. And I tell you what, it was Jenny's first year of this past year, and she absolutely loved it. And
The only thing I did not like about it was Russ scaring me as Pennywise.
hey, Pennywise always makes an appearance. All right, can't help it.
Oh my God.
Nope. Okay, Russ, do your
All right,
last
all right,
question.
so here's my question for you, and you guys, there are 2 rules to this.
Now we have
You have to answer separately, and you cannot duplicate answers. Whatever happens in your home stays in your home after you're off camera. India, if you want to hit them or whatever for taking answers, then that's perfectly fine. I didn't see it. It didn't happen.
How do we choose who goes first?
All right. So Here is a scenario. You have to assemble a team of 5 investigators. Living, dead, fact or fictional. Could be a real person, could be somebody that was portrayed on film.
Could be Pennywise.
Could be anything. Doesn't have to be actual investigator. So 5 people plus yourself. What's your team?
Mine's real easy.
Oh,
I know what you're
Oh.
gonna say.
nothing.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
You better keep your mouth quiet. You better say-
Oh boy.
Okay.
Like I
Right.
said, if I didn't see it, it didn't happen, India. All right.
All right, here we go. Are you ready for 5?
All right, let's go.
Scooby, Shaggy, Velma, Daphne,
No,
Shaggy.
that counts as one.
You
That counts as one.
That counts
Whatever.
as one.
That
That
counts
can
as
count as
one.
one. That's 5 people.
Nope,
That
that
counts as
counts
one
as one.
team.
Okay, fine.
Like Ed and Lorraine Warren would count as one.
What if we do like different
Well,
versions?
you have the
of
Scooby-Doo crew as one.
Okay,
Any remake of Scooby-Doo counts as
so we're making a Paranormal Avengers theme right now. Is what we're pretty much doing. Okay, fine. Scooby-Doo gang. Fine. That's 1. Okay, you go. Is what I think. I gotta think about this now.
I told you I was gonna make you think.
I would have.
Benji and Dexter.
I would have Stevie Nicks because
Oh, yeah,
she's
okay.
just magical, and I feel like she would be really good at pulling in ghosts.
Okay.
So Stevie Nicks would be one.
Benji and Dexter, my dogs. There you go.
that counts as one.
Well, yeah, I know. Benji and Dexter, they're a duo. I know.
So you're at 2 now.
Yeah, I know.
I would have my best friend Sky. She would be.
Which one? Because there's 2 in the chat room. We got Sky Ray and Sky.
the
Long.
Sky Ray?
Okay.
Is there another Sky? Who's the other
There
one?
is another Sky.
Let's see.
Sky Long.
Oh, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, there we go. Make sure I didn't put you in.
Sorry,
Uh,
Skies.
My friend Bravin, 3.
I would have not Ed Warren, but what's his name? Patrick Wilson, who plays him. I would like to investigate with him.
All right, you're up to 3 now each.
Wait, why?
Why?
Your turn.
Why?
Your turn.
I mean,
Oh my god.
damn, I'm not ready for my fourth one. Wait, how am I? Is this my 4th one or 3rd one?
This will be your 4th one.
My 4th one. Shoot. I'm still
Dude,
thinking.
I've had somebody pick Chris Farley before.
Chris Farley. Oh my god. I don't really know. I don't really
That's a
know.
really hard question.
See, this is why I told you before the show I was going to make you think, and I didn't want to lead you on to think about it prior to it. I like to put people on the spot.
Casper. Let's just say Casper.
Hey,
Okay, we have one
That's
more.
cool.
communication from both sides.
Ooh, I got my 5th one. I should have said
Oh, he's already good.
this.
Remember, India, living or dead, fact or fictional.
I'm trying to think. I can't think. I've gone blank.
Okay, number 5
You
for
do
me.
that.
Number 5. She's already been helping me. My brothel.
Oh
girl.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's a given.
That's already
Well, that's
given.
given. That doesn't count as a 5.
How? You said living or dead?
True.
But that's
True.
attached to you, so she comes with you no matter what.
Yeah, you and her count as one.
That's not.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have
kind
no
of
5.
low.
I don't have no 5.5 here. Okay, that's
I would
5.
have Lewis.
Okay, you're
Capaldi.
5 3/4.
Fine.
Lewis Capaldi is my number 4. The Scottish singer, because I love him.
All right.
In the room here for something.
Connor, I'm not going to.
Connor.
I
I'm
need one
looking
more.
around the room for something to give me an idea. I don't know. Shoot.
He's literally looking around the room like,
I'm
I know,
literally
right?
looking around the room here trying to find something. I don't know.
My 5th one is Josh Gates.
Ooh, good one.
fantastic choice.
States. Zach Bagans. I know that's I don't know what to say. I'm just going Zach Bagans, but he's going to be he won't be involved. All right, did he leave? Is Zach Bagans?
What the hell?
Hey, you wouldn't let me use the attachment, so I had to come up with another half. He's not a full.
Oh my god.
He's something, that's for sure. But I'll respect that decision. I'll let you go with that. I mean, if he's going to manage your business and not investigate, I'm completely fine with that.
Well, no, that would not be how it works. But
I'm just throwing that one out there. So, but no, you guys, so what do you have coming up next? What's your new episode dropping? I know you just dropped Prospect Place. I know you guys have another episode lined up, most likely coming up here soon. I know you don't like to release where you're going, what it's going to be. You like that build up.
We're going down south. That's all I'm going to really say. We're going down south.
Now, we going banjos down south, or are we just going
like New Orleans south?
No, we're going. Well, the hint. Okay, we'll give you a little hint. It's going to be like more into like my family's hauntings that their experiences.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna give a hint about someone else. Okay. Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So we actually have 6 coming up. I forgot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey.
Yeah. So we're going.
6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I mean, pick which one.
We're going to a place that's like 300 years old, pretty much. Start of the country.
We're filming somewhere tomorrow. Is that the one tomorrow?
That's the one tomorrow.
Yeah, we're filming at one tomorrow.
That's like 300 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, start of the country style. And then the next one after that.
Wait, is it a Cracker Barrel?
They're giving me free food, yeah.
We were talking about Cracker Barrel the other night. Their cheesecake pancakes.
Slaps. I kind of want it right now.
Now I want the hash brown casserole.
Are they open right now? No, it's 10 o'clock.
Can I DoorDash this?
Yeah.
Do you guys plan on ever going across the ocean to like England of India's home country? Or
I would love to do that. I need to get my passport renewed. Connor needs to get a passport, and then we will be all set. And
those are key components.
Yeah, but where I grew up, well, where I lived half of my childhood in England, there is a big castle. It's a theme park built around a castle called Alton Towers, and there's a whole legend there about this tree that was cursed by a witch, and when a branch on the tree fell, a member of the Earl of Shrewsbury, his family would die, and to stop this, the Earl had the oak tree chained up, and the chains are still there on the tree, and you can go for a walk and see the chains on the tree, and they made a whole ride about it inside the castle. And I would love to investigate the tree and the castle, because it's something that I've always seen as a kid, and it's something that always fascinated me. So I really hope we can do that one day.
We are working on some special stuff for Halloween if we can make it happen. That's something that is different than what we normally do on our channel. So it's what I've been trying to do for years. This year is more possible to do it. We're just trying to make it happen. So that.
Hey, well, for Halloween, I kind of live like 45 minutes away from the Halloween capital of the world. So.
Which is where? Where's that?
Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, dang. We always want to go there. India does live for sheets.
I mean, I know a guy. So
India lives for sheets.
Oh, yeah. That's so true. I had sheets for dinner tonight. So.
I am so pissed off. Literally, there is no sheets up here. And everybody like out in the PA area, they're talking Wawa and everything like that. And it's just like, no, sheets is. I introduced Jenny to sheets.
No, you did not.
Yes,
I
did.
not. No, it was not. It was Patience at Fairfield that introduced me to sheets.
She knows about my sheets obsession too. We had a sheets day before, so.
And then you had to message me while you were in Gettysburg going, is this what you were talking about?
I didn't know that was what you were talking about. So I had to message you and ask you, because I was like, I had sheets in Ohio.
It's the sheets.
It is the sheets. I'm like, oh my God, this food is amazing.
It is. The food is phenomenal.
So
All
where
right,
can
guys.
people
So
watch
tell
your
everybody
video?
we're at the point now. We're gonna wrap everything up in a nice little ribbon, hand tie it, and send it out to everybody. Where can everybody find you? What do you guys have coming up? What is your next step? Without telling too much. So tell us how we can find you on social media, how we can find like the shows, everything like that.
They can watch all episodes, 40 plus episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/paranormal encounters. You could just go to paranormal encounters on YouTube search and you'll find us there. We drop episodes every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We are also on Roku, Plex, Redbox TV, Apple TV, literally all those platforms that she's pulled up right now, Crackle, Vizio. We are also going to be announcing more platforms that we just signed a deal on coming up here probably next month and a half or so. We signed a deal with a major company.
So basically, we're everywhere. You can't escape us.
Yeah,
And
We
we're
can't
only
escape them.
You're never gonna go away.
we're in your dreams.
We're only 176 subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers. So please subscribe to anybody.
That's awesome. That's
So
awesome.
tell your dogs and your fictional dogs to subscribe to us on YouTube because you don't want to miss where we are going all August and September and October. October, especially October, because October is going to be one of the wilder months for us for episodes that we're releasing. Like I said, it's not something that we normally do on our channel. If we can make it happen, it will for sure be coming out every week in October.
Now, so here's a question. We've had several documentarians, show makers, things like that on the show before. What is your general turnaround time for an episode?
Connor.
If Connor is really focused, he can get it done in 3 days.
No,
It's-
Bell Mansion was much faster than that.
Was it 2?
It wasn't even 2 days.
It was. 2
I
days.
started. Okay, so for example, our longest episode is the Bell Mansion episode, which we did. It was, what is it called, Haunted Funeral Home or something
Yeah,
like that.
Haunted Funeral. Yep.
We just literally did that episode. I started cutting it. It's 1 hour long. I started cutting it from start to finish in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
So I cut the entire interview and everything in one day, and
that was evidence review to add to the episode, everything.
Yep, everything.
Yeah,
It was all-
I do like a lot of the if we leave static cams, I'll review those, and then Connor does all the editing. But we both recently went full time with this, so now we've got all the time to just focus on it. So we're able to put out content every week.
So if
that's
I'm really
awesome.
cracked out on
Congratulations
Ghost
to you
Energy,
guys.
I'm really cracked down Ghost Energy drinks. They'll be out. They're done in a day and a half. Usually we have channel member videos, which means people on our channel can see it early. The episodes
Usually
from
on a Wednesday
Saturday,
or Thursday.
on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Well,
So-
Connor, I'm just saying, you do live in Ohio now, and Jake
Wow.
Paul is from Ohio. So, I mean, I saw you drinking a prime drink. So,
Prime, what are you talking about?
I mean, if you just want to hold it up there and
Hey, Jake Paul, please sponsor me, please. I'll just keep drinking your drinks. This is actually lemonade. Been
Is
trying
that
to find
Jake
it.
Paul's brand?
Is it Jake Paul? Logan Paul. Logan
Paul. Sorry,
Yeah.
not
I
Jake.
never
Logan.
knew that.
Yeah, Logan Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep, that is his drink, his lemonade one. I've been trying to find it forever, and I freaking found it. So
Nice. Yeah.
So, all right. So, where can I find you on Facebook? Where can I find you on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch,
so-
Discord, wherever you're doing this stuff from?
I don't know if people still use our URLs anymore, but if you go to facebook.com/official paranormal encounters, you'll find us there, or just type in paranormal encounters. You'll see us on there. Instagram is paranormal encounters TV. We have a TikTok. We have, what else we have? We got Threads.
We have Discord.
We have a Discord. It's free Discord for all the paranormal community. Doesn't matter if you watch our show or not. You don't care about our show. I don't care. It is for anybody in the paranormal. So you can talk about your beliefs. You can talk about ghosts, what you think it is. It's a safe community for everybody. We also post updates and talk to our community every day in there. We also have secret channels in there for people that are members on our YouTube channel to watch movies with us every 2 weeks or so, twice a month on, we call them the Boo Crew. They get to watch movies and play games with us. We try to get closer with our community. We've just been trying to build our community of authentic community where people feel safe to talk about the paranormal and not just be ridiculed about anything what they believe in. And that's what our Discord is mostly for that we launched. It's free. Just sign up for a Discord account if you don't have a Discord. If you already do, you can just go to our Discord. It's on our YouTube channel and our any of our video descriptions and can join. You can share your paranormal evidence or just talk about you ate a hot dog for dinner or whatever, whatever you want to talk about. So.
Well, obviously, India had sheets for dinner, and I'm kind of jealous. But
talk about sheets. You can send what you had sheets in the chat.
Send us sheets via mail, please.
Yes.
We'll just have to hop the border to Ohio in September, Russ, and get some sheets.
I think there's actually sheets in Indiana, so I'm pretty sure.
Not northern Indiana.
No,
not northern Indiana. My mom was northern Indiana, and there's not anything in northern Indiana. She's been wanting to try it. No.
Well, damn it.
We'll have to.
Yes.
We'll have to travel.
Yes, we're gonna have to mail it or something,
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
travel 4 sheets.
There you go. This is to travel for.
Thank you guys for coming on. We really appreciate it. We'll definitely want you back on.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Once you guys get your October stuff going on and get those episodes released out, we'll definitely have you come back on. I mean, maybe we'll do a big Halloween special and do something like that.
Most definitely. We really appreciate you guys having us on. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an honor for us, guys.
Have a great night, you guys.
You too.
Yep.
Right.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
I'm trying to take. So next week, guesses to be announced still, but I'm working on someone very special. Hopefully, I can get them secured. If not, we'll have another really special guest. I have a couple lined up, so be tuned. And then the following weekend, Wes will be on with a member of Get Haunted, Bree.
Bree Hollingshead.
Yes, I will be coming home from Michigan Paracon. Hopefully, I can talk Jack Osborne to come on the show. Maybe I don't know. That's a
high hopes, but I hope
right there. But you know me, I can give me a go. I can do it.
All right, guys, and tomorrow, make sure you check out my show, Comes to Curiosities.
Yes.
On Legit Paranormal Podcasts, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to have Tim Conwell on to talk about UFOs, cryptids, ghosts, spooky stuff, and everything in between. Jenny, do you want to bring up the giveaway again?
Yes, let's do that. Come on. So, again, the giveaway ends next weekend. You go to our Unturned Pages Facebook page, like it, and then you go to Spotify, go follow our Spotify account, screenshot it, and then go back to our Facebook page and go to the original post your photo of the screenshot, and you'll be entered to win. If you take friends, you will get bonus points into the giveaway. So yeah, join us in the giveaway.
All right, guys. Once again, always it's been a great episode. So happy for Connor and India to join us, and it was a great episode, and we learned a lot of things, and definitely a lot of interesting information.
Definitely.
And, next week, we promise you, we'll bring you a damn good guest.
Yes, definitely. So, as our out video is a advertisement for Block Island Paracon coming up in October. We are sponsors of it, so we're super excited to share this great event with you guys. So have a great night, and we'll see you back next Sunday.
Looking for a unique paranormal experience? The Haunted Rock Island YMCA Paracon, October 7th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is just the event you're looking for. You will have the opportunity to investigate the Haunted Rock Island YMCA with ACG Paranormal. Visit with over 60 paranormal and metaphysical vendors from 8 or more states. And pre-order your t-shirts at dvinar@aol.com. Visit a psychic gallery reading, mediums, tea leaf reading, animal communication, dream interpretation, aura reading, tarot and oracle card readings, or get a Reiki healing. See a demonstration of the Estes method by Carly Bird. Presentations by Nick Simons and Aaron G. Thompson of 28 Days Haunted, Greg Bakken from Ghostbox Radio, and headliner Rick Hayes, along with many folks you'll see on Paraflix. Be sure to like and follow our sponsors: Paraflix, WLTK DB Talk Radio LLC, Studio 6 Productions, Unturned Pages, and Ocean Eye Crystals. General admission is only $5, and all proceeds go directly to the Haunted Rock Island YMCA. For more information on the Haunted Rock Island YMCA Paracon and vendors, look for them on Facebook under Events.